Hi, everybody. Happy Wednesday to you. I'm meteorologist Matt Wentz with your Wednesday update. Just want to kind of give you a midweek look at what's happening the rest of the week. We've got some pattern changes heading our way over the next couple of days that will include some more active weather. We've got heat, humidity that will build back in. So we'll give you the timeline on that. We'll obviously answer your questions, and we'll go from there on this region weather update. All right, welcome in, everybody. Hope you're enjoying your week so far. It has certainly been comfortable. We've had very fall-like mornings so far this week. Temperatures have been in the 50s the last couple mornings. So what's going on, right? It's been a little bit of a change, but trust me, we're going to flip back to that heat and humidity here over the next couple days, and that will introduce our storm chances as well. So I want to say hi to Derek. Thanks for joining us, Derek. Hi, Pamela. Hi, Abigail. Jimmy needs rain again. Jimmy's always complaining about that precip around here. It never does seem to make up its mind, right? Hi there, Sharon. Thanks for joining us this evening. And Stephanie, you're absolutely welcome. Haven't even given you any information yet. That's what I like. So let's jump into it, shall we? We'll change our screen up a little bit here. I want to start with a couple things. We're going to talk about precip chances. We've got showers and storms that'll be back in our forecast. So we'll talk about the timing of that as we plan out our upcoming weekend. We've got humidity, so we'll talk humidity as well. Also want to talk some of the wildfire smoke. We've had some hazy skies the last couple evenings. Not a big deal, but there's some good things that are going to happen in terms of that with our heat and humidity that's coming back. So that's kind of where we stand from there. So I want to start you out. The map you're looking at, I'm going to go full screen for you so you can see it a little bit better. But map you're looking at, this shows where precipitation chances or where the rain and storms are. Those are the areas in green. And I'm going to take you through it because we've had some lake breeze thunderstorms over the last couple of days in Michigan. There have been some in Wisconsin, nothing locally really to speak of. But you see, as we go through time, tomorrow we're going to stay dry. But notice there's some activity off towards our north and the west, right in here. That's an area of low pressure that is now in the Dakotas. It's a weak one, but it'll move in, and that will really bring us our next chance of rain. And that won't be till Friday. You see how this thing kind of comes in here? We've got some rainfall chances on Friday. Could squeak out a couple thunderstorms with that as well. Not a washout, but definitely introducing rain back into the forecast as we get into your Friday. What happens after that? That frontal boundary will kind of stall off towards the north right in here. So it'll be draped right across Michigan and just north of us. And what happens after that is that will serve as the focus for showers and thunderstorms to develop beginning Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. So we're going to really change this pattern into a stormy pattern around here. And that's going to really commence on Sunday. You can see as we go through time, pretty good chance of rain Sunday night, Monday. And these will be those large clusters of storms. I don't think anything like the Wisconsin stuff that we dealt with, that was like last Thursday now. I don't see anything like that. But again, we'll have to keep an eye on it because it's going to be hot and humid around here. So some of these storms will be on the strong side starting really Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week. And you can see how that boundary just hangs out. We've got daily storm chances after that. Perhaps we'll clear things out late next week. Models kind of disagree on that. So let's take you through temperatures as we get into the weekend. So if you do have weekend plans, we are going to have scattered storms around. Again, I don't think it's going to be widespread this weekend. It's going to be more so next week that we deal with that. But you are going to have to be dancing around some of these thunderstorm chances. And in terms of where they end up, there's no way in telling right now. We'll have a better idea how this front evolves and where these storms develop probably by Thursday and Friday. So temperature-wise, again, we're comfortable now. We're in the low 80s. We'll fall back probably more upper 50s tonight. So this is our last kind of fall-like night as we start to crank up the humidity. But here we go. These are your highs. This is projected highs for tomorrow. So you can see we're up into the mid-80s area-wide. So we're starting to crank that heat a little bit more. This particular model keeps us a little bit cooler on Friday with the rain. I would agree with that. I'd probably go 82, 83 for a high. And then the heat is on. So Saturday, mid-80s. Sunday, probably 90. We're going to have some humidity as well. And you can see how that kind of sticks around all the way through next week. Tuesday, Wednesday, probably 90s again, which we've had a lack of. And then we'll see if it cools down after that. Again, the models have kind of disagreed. In terms of rainfall, we could use it, says Jimmy Payne. He's always keeping me up to date on that. And that certainly is the case. Abigail says it too. I see that on there. we're not going to see a lot, at least in the near term. It's really later on this weekend and next week that we start to increase those chances. So no rain tomorrow, but watch how it kind of comes at us. This is Friday. This is that system on Friday. Not expecting a lot of rain out of that system on Friday, but we will have rain back in the forecast at least, out of the scattered variety. But watch where we go. So this is Saturday. Watch where we go from Saturday through Wednesday next week. Boom, there you go. So now we're talking more precip chances. Don't focus on the numbers. We just look at the trend with this, and definitely those showers and storms around the Great Lakes will be producing some real heavy rain next week wherever they end up falling, because we're going to have lots of moisture. Speaking of moisture, these are your dew points. So this is how muggy it feels. The blues on this map, and I'm going big picture so you can kind of see how this evolves. The blues on this map, that's the comfortable air. That's what we've had really over the last couple days. But watch how the Gulf of Mexico starts to open up. This is now Thursday, this is tomorrow, and this is Friday. This is Saturday, so pretty muggy, not crazy muggy. Sunday, and then Monday, the front that's off towards our north is going to latch onto this Gulf of Mexico moisture. It's going to get tropical around here Monday, Tuesday, and that's why those storms are going to be able to wring out pretty decent amounts of rain as they move through. So, and again, you see how this clears things out next week. That's the Euro, the GFS, and the GEM, the Canadian model, keep that heat around late next week. So that's where the models kind of diverge. They go different directions. So we won't talk about late next week. Let's get through the weekend first. Here's your wildfire smoke. I wanted to show you this. So here we are, and we're dealing with, when you have these light blues, you do have some haze to the atmosphere. We've had that. There are still large wildfires burning up in Canada. That's where we're seeing the most smoke coming from. So anytime we get these cooler, drier air masses, it's usually coming out of Canada, and that's where the smoke is coming from at this point. Right up here north of Minnesota, that's where some of the bigger wildfires are burning in Canada. Also still have quite a few going out west. Montana's got some new ones. California, Oregon, obviously still seeing that. And it's all about the flow. The jet stream brings that wildfire smoke in the atmosphere. It lofts it up and can create that haze here at the surface. So you can see how we're kind of in it. Right in there, you can see how we've kind of got, some of that haze around. It's not as thick as it was about a week and a half ago, but watch what happens as we go through time. We get some of that in here on Friday. Keep in mind, we're going to have some clouds and some rain around as well, so you may not be able to tell. But watch next week how everything kind of flows from south to north. It pushes all of that out of here and off towards the north. So that's really the good news with the southwest wind, is it keeps all that wildfire smoke away. It kind of clears out our atmosphere, all things considered. So that's what we have to look forward to in terms of that. Last thing I want to show you, go ahead and ask your questions if you have any questions in terms of the forecast, because we're about to wrap this up. But last thing I want to show you is the GFS model. This is long range, so it probably won't happen, right? This is mid-August we're looking at. I want to show you this air mass that it brings in here. So notice the heat out ahead of this. Look what comes in from Canada here. These are your temperatures. Look at this front right here. This would be August 16th, so like 8 Mondays from now, probably actually like 2 Mondays from now. But it brings a sharp front with lows in the 40s when it passes and highs in the 60s. I'm not sure I buy it right now. We'll have to keep an eye on it, but it certainly is a potent front. It's something, you don't see very often on the models this time of year, because usually it's just hot and humid every day. But that is definitely a fall-like air mass. Look at that. Those are 40s all the way down to Oklahoma, if that verifies. So what I do with that as a meteorologist is I write it down and I say, if this is right, then that's great. But it's probably not going to be. We'll probably see it change by then. So kind of interesting to see that for sure, especially this time of year. All right, so that's it. That's all we've got in terms of the rainfall chances this weekend. Again, we're bringing the heat back. We're bringing the humidity back, all that good stuff, okay? So Rhonda says, can't wait for the fall season. She does not like the humidity. Rhonda, I agree with you. I'm not a fan of the humidity, but one of the things around here this time of year is the fact that we get a taste of every single season, right? So I have to say, that's pretty nice that we can at least experience the humidity for a couple months, and then we go, we have beautiful falls around here. We have beautiful springs usually, and then we deal with winter. So we get it all here in Northwest Indiana, that's for sure. That's a great question. So Max is asking, any chance of a derecho next week? So derechos are really hard to predict. The one that happened last Thursday wasn't, I don't think it ever got classified as a derecho because it didn't travel far enough with those wind damage reports. That ended up just being classified as a strong line of storms that produce, a couple tornadoes, obviously, and wind damage. But so in terms of chances for that, there would be, given the pattern that's going to be evolving. We'll be on the northern end of a large ridge of heat, which happens, and the storms tend to travel along that. There'll be a boundary, a frontal boundary in there at some point. So we could certainly see some stronger storms next week. And some of those could be some of those bigger clusters that you get that could end up being derechos, but it's pretty hard to get that. And my guess would be no next week, but we'll have to watch some big clusters of storms around for sure. Faith says, or all the seasons in one day. That's true too, Faith. We get those all the time as well. Boy, we've had some just crazy weather. I'm just thinking back to some of the November. I don't know if it's last November or November before that, when we have like 70, 80 degree days, front goes through, the wind is howling, we get severe weather, and then we have, lake effect snow warnings on the backside of that. We've had that. And it's just insane. I don't think I'd have it really any other way if given that. So Max, you're welcome. That's a great question. Thanks, buddy. All right, guys. So we'll wrap this up. Just wanted to give you a quick update on what we're looking at going into the weekend. I hope you guys are enjoying your week so far. It's been beautiful. Please get outside and enjoy it. We've got a couple more of these before we increase that heat and humidity. But still, it'll still be nice outside. It's still summertime here. All right. Take